For today's video, I'm going to discuss an article by a woman who is basically complaining and pointing out that men are overreacting as we start avoiding women in the workplace and in other situations as part of the mgtow movement. She claims they were basically punished for it. According to the title of the article, men are now shunning women at work, further evidence that mgtow is punished. She said we men seem to be following Mike Pence's example. According to recent research, women may be disturbed by the occurrence of mgtow. As this article points out, Mike Pence appears to be leading the way. The Vice President of the United States is known not to have dinner alone with a woman who is not his wife. Workers across America now seem to be following his example. They are taking this action to protect our assets. According to a recent study published in the journal Organizational Dynamics, men are now significantly less likely to interact with their female counterparts as a result of the mgtow movement. The study found that 24% of men avoid one-on-one meetings with female colleagues. At least a third of men say they fear being alone with women. Given the facts, you are basically guilty and proven innocent. God forbid there is any accusation, even if it's just an overreaction. According to the study, 21% of men are reluctant to hire women for positions that require a personal connection, such as business travel. 90% of men are not willing to hire a beautiful woman. Researchers asked the same question in early 2018, just before mgtow was in full swing, collected data on workers across industries in early 2019, and frustratingly, things seem to be worse than in 2018. For example, in 2019, 15% compared with 21% of men said they were less likely to hire women for jobs that required close human relationships with women. Personally, I don't blame men. Things have become like this. People can see what's going on. That's why they protect themselves. They don't want to lose their job for overreacting or being blamed for not doing something. We don't think it makes sense anymore. Unfortunately, this is the case. Please save us. The article said here that it is not only men who are afraid of women, so we are only protecting ourselves. Interestingly, women seem to hire women too. More than 10% of the men and women who participated in the 2018 study predicted they would be less likely than before to recruit attractive women. Results for the 2019 women's class have not yet been released. It also says here that internalized misogyny is definitely on the rise in mgtow. There has been a lot of talk about gray areas in men. We're told that all this harassment bullshit is a challenge because no one knows what harassment is today. Some people can be accused of harassment, even if they're just fooling around with coworkers. Everything depends on the person. But again, men can say seemingly innocent things without offending her. The next thing they are dragged to HR and threatened with firing if she finds out that this is harassment, which the article says many men don't want to even shake hands with a woman, better avoid touching altogether. These data completely disprove the notion that men are unsure of what constitutes inappropriate behavior, which is what makes them so attractive. First and foremost, the researchers examined 19 behaviors that asked people to judge whether something was harassment. For example, writing love jokes to subordinates. Basically, all genders define harassment the same. It also states in quotes that most women and men know what harassment is. According to Lean Atwater, a professor at the University of Houston and one of the study's authors, that's largely because men don't realize their behavior is inappropriate, while women start small and make big things. Women define harassment, if anything, more permissively. Most men know the difference between a friendly hug and a creepy one. They know exactly what is harassment and what is not, which begs the question of why so many men are hesitant to talk to women in the workplace. I think a lot of men should know the difference between a friendly hug and a creepy one. Unfortunately, at this moment, we are guilty, waiting to be proven innocent, and unfortunately, things won't get better before they get worse. However, I talk about the piece to see how things were going from this woman's point of view. But you can't make a woman happy. In her view, many men are more angry that something has happened than they are afraid of being accused. They get angry and force us to deal with them, challenging the balance of power they usually take for granted. They also punish women who choose not to socialize with them. That's wrong. In short, we men don't want to risk getting fired or sued. I believe mgtow's backlash is underscored by the Harvard Business Review article, which briefly outlines the 2019 findings. You hear that line a lot, and suddenly the framing suggests Mick Taylor has gone too far. Reaction is inevitable. This is another case of victim blaming. Another tactic is to use subtle reminders to remind women of their status. No matter what you do in life, there will inevitably be a positive or negative reaction. Feminism will go too far, men will get fed up, and there will be movements like mgtow, redpill, etc. This is a reaction to the program. If we can do certain things, women will respond in certain ways. So it was clear that mgtow needed a response. Anyway, that's all for today. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe my channel. It inspires me to create more content for you. Until next time, stay noble men.